Imagine a 110-mile-long city surrounded by massive mirrored buildings. Doesn't that sound cool? That's the concept behind The Line, a massive project in Saudi Arabia. But wait a minute. Before you pack your bags for this futuristic city, there are a few flaws in this shining vision. Today, we'll look at why some people believe The Line is destined to fail. Prepare for high costs, untested technology, and plenty of uncertainties about the real-world consequences. Let's see if The Line can live up to its hype. In July 2022, Saudi Arabia's Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman introduced an ambitious project called The Line as part of NEOM, a massive futuristic initiative. The Line is essentially a super long city stretching an impressive 170 kilometers, with skyscrapers covered in mirrors towering over it. Positioned near the Red Sea, the city is planned to be enormous, covering an area of 34 square kilometers, and designed to accommodate a whopping 9 million people. What sets The Line apart is its unique design. There won't be any streets or cars, making transportation easy and the environment clean, all powered by renewable energy sources. Additionally, a super-fast train system is in the works, promising to whisk residents across the city in just 20 minutes. With everything they need accessible within a mere 5-minute journey, the goal is to create a sustainable, environmentally friendly city that's also convenient and efficient to live in. Building a linear city as vast as The Line presents numerous technical challenges that need to be overcome. One significant hurdle is acquiring the necessary land for such a massive project. This involves not only purchasing the land, but also addressing any legal or regulatory issues that may arise. Additionally, developing the infrastructure to support the city, such as roads, utilities, and transportation systems, requires meticulous planning and execution. The desert terrain adds another layer of complexity to the construction process. Extreme temperatures, shifting sands, and limited access to water resources all pose challenges that must be addressed. Building in such conditions increases the risk of delays as well as cost overruns, as specialized equipment and materials may be required to withstand the harsh environment. Furthermore, urban planning for a linear city of this scale involves intricate design considerations to ensure efficient use of space and optimal functionality. This includes addressing issues such as zoning, building heights, and transportation routes to create a cohesive and livable environment. It also has environmental perceptions despite the Line project's claims of relying on renewable energy. Its construction and operation pose significant environmental risks. The project's carbon footprint, resource consumption, and distribution to natural habitats raise serious concerns. Building such a massive city will inevitably lead to increased pollution and energy consumption, contributing to environmental degradation. Additionally, the project's infrastructure development could result in habitat destruction and biodiversity loss, impacting local ecosystems and wildlife. While the project aims to be environmentally sustainable, the reality of its construction and operation may fall short of these aspirations, necessitating careful consideration of its environmental impact and the implementation of mitigation measures. Balancing the project's developmental goals with environmental conservation efforts is essential to minimize harm to the natural world and ensure a sustainable future for both the Line project and the surrounding ecosystems. Moreover, it also has financial difficulties. The Line project's expected cost is huge, nearing almost $500 billion, putting a big financial burden on Saudi Arabia. This massive spending raises worries about whether the project will really succeed, especially since it's a lot of money to spend on just one thing. It's tough for Saudi Arabia's economy, especially with the ups and downs of oil prices and other problems in the world. Originally, it was supposed to be done by 2030, costing $500 billion, but now it might take until 2050, and the cost could double. Most of the money comes from the Public Investment Fund, or PIF, but they haven't teamed up with many other countries except Russia. This makes it tough to find enough cash to keep the project going. Plus, Saudi Arabia relies a lot on selling oil, which can be unpredictable. It adds to the worries. The COVID-19 pandemic hasn't helped either, making it even harder to manage money and stick to the schedule. To fix these money problems, they'll need to find new ways to get cash, work more with other countries, and be smart about managing risks. Spending so much money on the line project means they need to be really careful with their finances and have plans to deal with unexpected costs. Making sure they have enough money and don't spend too much is super important to keep the project going and help Saudi Arabia grow economically. The line project has a very strict plan and big goals, which means it's not very flexible. If something doesn't go according to plan, it can cause big problems and slow things down. This lack of flexibility makes it hard to handle unexpected changes or issues that might come up during the project. It's like trying to stick to a strict schedule, even when things don't go as planned. So, while it's good to have clear goals, being too rigid can make it tough to deal with any surprises along the way. This massive project has also drawn criticism for violating human rights, such as by forcibly removing people from their homes and stifling opposition. These issues not only damage the project's image, but also pose moral challenges for those involved, like investors and other people with a stake in the project. It's not just about building a city anymore, it's about the values and principles that are being upheld. This controversy raises questions about the project's ethical standards and its impact on the people directly affected. Balancing the project's goals with social justice and human rights concerns is crucial for its long-term success and acceptance by the broader community. Addressing these social and political issues is essential to ensuring that the line project respects the rights and dignity of all individuals involved. Looking at past big projects in the Middle East like the Jeddah Tower and the Dubai Creek Tower, we see that they have their own problems and didn't end up happening as planned. They faced challenges and didn't meet their goals. The line project could end up the same way if it doesn't deal with its own issues properly. It's like seeing history repeat itself. So if the line project doesn't tackle its problems head-on, it could end up being just another big idea that never becomes a reality. Learning from the past and finding solutions to these challenges is crucial for the line project to succeed where others have failed. People around the world, like experts, analysts from other countries, aren't quite sure about the line project. They're skeptical and doubtful about whether it can really work. They're worried it might not be possible to create the project, that it won't last a long time, or that it won't be good for the environment in the long run. These concerns make them wonder if the project will really succeed. It's like they're questioning whether it's a good idea and if it'll actually work out in the end. So, while the line project has big plans, it still has to convince a lot of people. In conclusion, instead of putting all their efforts into big projects like the line, Saudi Arabia could use their resources for things that are more realistic and better for everyone. They could focus on projects that help with important things like jobs, money, and taking care of the environment. By doing smaller projects that have clear benefits, they might end up with better results in the end. It's like choosing to do things that make a real difference in people's lives right now, instead of just aiming for something really big and flashy. So, while big projects like the line might seem exciting, it's important to think about what's most practical and helpful for the country and its people. So, that's an overview of the line. We will have to wait to see if it's a game changer for the world or simply a nice sandcastle. Let us know in the comments what you think of this desert mega mirror town. Would you live there? Is it genius or crazy? We hope you loved the voyage. Click the thumbs up button and don't forget to subscribe for more wild future ideas.